Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be pirates once again, and we are going to play Plunder, or more specifically, I'm going to tell you that you should play Plunder for the theme Chronicle. And the reason for this is because it is absolutely insane in this event. One, very few people are on cards that are not light or dark, which gives you absolutely just the best summons in order to go into Liss and Moerk. 2, you get to go second, which is super nice in this event since everyone else wants to go second as well. Being able to go second and actually OTK your opponent is fantastic without them actually, requiring something on the field, right? And 3, and more importantly, is the simple fact that Plunder is genuinely incredibly strong and has just been untouched. This is a low power format, and this is one of the few decks that has been basically untouched and is able to play the game as if nothing had happened at full power and just pop off. So let's quickly do the card by card and do the deck explanation. So we are planning to go second. So of course we are playing we're playing a few Kaijus. We're playing 2 Radiant and 2 Jizukiru. The reason for this is because they are dark and light respectively, which allows us access to our Liss as well as our Moerk, which are the 2 best ones to summon. So of course we're playing those. Next up we have ourselves triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom, and double Nibiru. We want a lot of ways to out the Maxi. We also want Maxi ourselves. And then of course the Nibiru is to just absolutely clown on everyone, and you will see those in the replays. We're also playing 1 Forbidden Droplet. This honestly should just be the 3rd Nibiru. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Nibiru was absolutely crucial in most of my games. This card just straight up won half of my games today. Moving on, we have triple white beard, we have triple red beard, we have triple blue beard, we have triple golden hair, and we have triple black eyes. Yeah, that's literally all of the monsters maxed out, and the reason for that is because having a Plunder name is so advantageous. Doesn't matter which one that you have, it is just very nice. Whitebeard can summon from the deck, Redbeard can equip itself to a card, Bluebeard, and then both of these guys also can tag out into a card, into one of the appropriate attributes depending on cards your opponent controls or has in their graveyard. So if your opponent ashes you, you can go into Bran. If your opponent activates something like a Nibiru, you're able to get a light. If they, have a dark monster, you're able to tag into Moerk. Hopefully that made sense. Next up, we have a Bluebeard, which is just a free special summon, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you can discard and draw. We have Golden Hair, which can special summon itself from hand by discarding, and special summon itself from grave by discarding. So that's also very nice. It's basically a 1-card starter into a Blackbeard. You normal summon this, you go into the Almirage, you discard a card, you special summon this card back, and then you go into the Blackbeard. Next up, we have ourselves Black Eyes, which is absolutely insane. You target a Plunder in the grave, add the card back to the hand, and special summon this one. Really nice. That's all. Then, of course, we have the other cards. As for the spells, we have Harpy's Feather Duster, because of course we do. We have 1 Terraforming. We have a double Pot of Desires. We have ourselves 1 Shipyard, Ship Shipping, which is a very nice card. And the main reason to actually have this is to discard it, or to send it to the graveyard in some way. It's nice to sometimes get into lists, but mostly it's just to send it to the graveyard to then equip your monster with Emblem. Emblem is a very nice card as well, because it gives us access to an equip card, which could then allow us, if we've used our own Ash, or if, for example, we get a Kaiju on our field, like a light or a dark, or if we have Nibiru or something along those lines and they got rid of the token, we can then use this to go into one of those attributes, because it allows us to utilize our own monsters in the grave or on the field as said attribute requirement, which means we can basically tag out into things more easily, such as our own Blackbeard, which is very nice. Then, of course, the double called by, the 1 Droplet, and the 1 Booty. This card is very nice for corner cases, basically when you already have full combo, and you can search it off of something like a Shipyard, or if you just hard draw, it's pretty nice as well, but it's only kind of useful. So there's that. Most of the time you're going to want it with the Shipyard. Moving on to the extra deck, we have double Liss. Liss is probably the best thing to summon off of something like a Blackbeard. However, it is a little bit weak and it's not as useful as something like having the 3rd Moerk to get, more disruptions. This is basically a monster negate. However, it doesn't refill your hand, which is why we don't want as many of it. And on top of that, being able to special summon from the field or hand is nice, but it's not as useful. Or it's not that it's not as useful, it's just like, it doesn't really add any like protection or OTK or something like that. It's kind of mid-range, and it's very good to summon if it's just like the one thing that you have, because you can go summon this guy, and then you can bring back your Blackbeard, which is very nice. Next up, we have Bran, dealing with spells and traps. It's also big. It makes your other monsters big. That's basically why it's there. We have ourselves a Mowerk. We're playing 3 Mowerk, only the 2 brand, 3 Mowerk. Mowerk is by far the best one. It deals with affect monsters. You target them, you banish them, and then you also get to search out a spell trap, which gets you into Shipyard, which is very, very nice. So, of course, we're maxing out on this. And then, of course, we're also maxing out on Blackbeard. Definitely the best one that isn't something that you would tag out into. Just you hard summon this guy, and then he tags out into one of the other ones. But yeah, Blackbeard Pass is an FTK, as I say. But yeah, you basically go tag out this guy into any of these if you can. And then you draw a card, which is very nice, because it gives you access to 1, an equipped card onto all of these, which gain those beneficial effects, and 2, more importantly, you can potentially draw into something like another Plunder if you don't have it. So you really do need this guy, and that's why we're playing 3. Then, of course, because we are playing an Xyz monster, we are, of course, playing Zeus. Most of the time, you can't actually utilize the Zeus, because you go, like, Mowerk with no materials, so if you went into Zeus, you would go, like, you wouldn't have anything. And I know what you're saying. Well, why don't we play Downard? Well, let's quickly read Downard. I don't know how to spell it. Downard says, using a rank 3 or lower. So that's why we're not playing Downard. So, yeah. You can still just, like, hard summon the Mowerk, attack in, and then summon the Zeus on top to wipe your opponent's field if you need to. So there's that. We, of course, have the 1 Almirage, 1 IP Masquerena with Unicorn as well. It comes up occasionally. And then I decided to put an Apollosa. Most of the time, you're just Plunder locked, so it doesn't really matter if we had, like, all of these other cards could be anything. You could put in Avramax, but Avramax is boring. And also, I don't think it's as useful having a big dude, because, like, our guys are already big, so having another big guy is not really as useful. Whereas having additional gates is. So, yeah. That's it for the deck. Let's hop into the replays and show you how this deck performs. Alright, real quick, before we continue on with the rest of the video, I'm super close to reaching 10,000 subscribers, and I'd like to reach it by the end of the month. If you guys are at all interested in the content, consider subscribing. I have something special planned for the 10,000 subscriber special, so stick around. Alright, so here we are going first. I know we're supposed to be going second, but I'll let you guess what my opponent chose for me to do. Hey, look, Maxi! Anyway, pass. I can't really do anything. Maxi just kind of kills us here. Well, I'm going to drop my own Maxi. Well, how do you like it, sir? Alright, out comes the Pot of Desires. Yep, there's the Tribute Summon. Hey, look, Jizukiru. Cool. We're going to discard and draw. We actually discard the Jizukiru, and we draw into Booty, which is kind of funny, because it's another Plunder name, which is nice. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, because no matter what they do, we have Nibiru, so yeah. And we draw Ash Blossom as well. I'm going to let this happen. Sure, that's fine. And then I'm just like, you know what? I see that they have they search out the Maximus, and I'm like, I think I just win if I just Nibiru them here. But out comes the Maximus, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now is the time to Nibiru. I Nibiru them, and yeah, there's the scoop. I'm telling you, Nibiru is the way. Even if we didn't have Maxi, we still Nibiru, and we just win. All right, here we are actually going second, and ooh, Jizukiru. Jizukiru is very nice for us. Oh, what a based! Yes, this is a mirror match. Honestly, Plunder is more common. It's not incredibly common, but it's more common in the event, which is super nice. So my opponent is discarding a dark. Oh, so very nice. Yes, yes. We're going to get a light and a dark, and they're going to go for the Blackbeard, and they're going to be like, haha, Blackbeard pass. It's an FTK. What are you going to do? And then I'm going to Kaiju them, and they're going to be like, no! And then we get full combo, and we also get access to a light and a dark, which is very nice. So they're going to pass the turn on the Blackbeard. We also saw that they added back the golden hair. But we also then just happened to draw into Shipyard because I'm just better than them. It's really just that simple. So yeah, we're going to Jizukiru them, and then we are going to search out our own Black Eyes. And then I'm going to pitch the Bluebeard. I'm not going to activate the effect. I want all the cards in my hand. And then we are going to go for the Black Eyes to summon out, or to add back the Bluebeard. We're then going to go for Blackbeard here, and I'm going to tag out into the Mowerk. This is kind of a mistake. I should have realistically gone for the Liss, but honestly, it's not great here. It's not bad though. So I just go for the Mowerk here. Because, like, the single Mowerk should be enough to deal with whatever they end up summoning here. So we're going to banish the Jizukiru. We are going to, discarding the Shipyard. We're going to keep the Bluebeard in our hand, and we're going to set 3 and pass. My opponent goes, and they are going to then activate the effect of Shipyard, activating, or sending their Golden Hair, and then they are going to go for the Black Eyes here. And guess what? Called By is a cool and very balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card. And yeah, you can't do anything against the Called By. I get it. They surrender. Alright, and here we are once again going second in, ooh, Nibiru and Harpies. You know, sometimes we're just good with it. Anyway, out comes the Fossil Dig. They're going to search out their Petite Terrera. Anyway, have you read Misk? Now, let me quickly just say how absolutely irritated I am that this card exists. Now, granted, if you haven't read this card, I would highly suggest reading it. Because one, it insulates all of your plays. And 2, it's a combo starter. Why is that the case? Why does Dinosaur have this card? It doesn't make sense, and I do not like it. I do not like it, Sam I am. I will not like Miscellaneousaurus. Anyway, but that's okay, because of something that you will see in a second. They're going to go to Pteranodon, Petite Pteranodon, Petite Pteranodon. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Scrap Raptor comes out and I go, oh, they're doing the scrap line. Okay. Notably, some of the scrap cards are not Dinosaur, which means if we Nibiru them at the right time, we have a chance here. So my opponent sets a card, they're going to go for Scrap Wyvern, and I go, okay, this is the one chance that I have to actually do something to this board. Maybe, just maybe, I can actually do something here. So I Nibiru them here, and my opponent goes, well, I'm done. Nibiru. Alright, and here we are going second once again, and look, you just can't escape it, okay? My opponent is playing, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to maxi them here and just stop their turn, and they do. However, they give us a fire, which is kind of funny. We draw into booty, that's fine. We have Pot of Desires because, you know, we're just better players. I literally can't do anything, so I am going to normal summon Whitebeard and attack, and they reveal that they are on Smoke Mosquito. I do not know why they decided to activate the Smoke Mosquito here, because they're on Suship, which doesn't really benefit from having just a level 1 dark monster on their side of the field. So I don't know what they decided to do here, but they decided to take half damage from 1500, so, you know, there's that. I guess they didn't really know what Plunder did, but now they gave me a dark monster, so I'm immediately tagging out into a Mowerk, and I'm like, yeah, let's dance, dude. Out comes the Shari, and I'm like, oh, I can Ash this. So I negate the Shari red. Cool. They're going to go for the Gunkin Suship Uni, which summons out another Suship Shari. And then they're going to normal summon the Ikura. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to give them access to a rank 4, so I'm going to banish their Ikura. So that they don't get access to that with the Shari, so that they actually have to use the Uni effect. And I could negate with the Droplet as well, but I'm like, let's just not do that. This also gives me the Shipyard here, and here I'm going to go for the Booty. And we're going to special summon out the Redbeard. So Redbeard's going to then tag out. Oh, sorry. Booty changes their attribute to Light. I forgot to mention that. They do have 2 level 5s, but that's okay, because I'm like, yeah, you can have your Xyz. This does give me Liss, though. So now we have Liss here that is also equipped with a monster, and before they proceed to the battle phase, I'm actually going to tag out into the Whitebeard here. And the reason that I tag out into the special summon out the Whitebeard, because the Mowerk doesn't need another equipped monster. We have the Redbeard in hand, so we could just pitch it in order to equip it to the Mowerk if we needed to. But yeah. They're going to go to battle here, and I actually decided to negate this here, and the reason for that is because I really want to keep the Liss on the field. So I decided to negate and protect my monster. This was done in damage calculation, so they can't actually redeclare here. They have to attack still into this one. So even though I summon out the Golden Hair, it doesn't really matter. They're still taking the damage. They realize that the game is over at that point, though, because we have the Omni Negate. We have the ability to banish another monster. Or, sorry, not Omni Negate. We have the Monster Negate. We have the ability to banish another monster. And we have Shipyard as additional follow-up, while also being able to have summoned out the Golden Hair there, which gives us access to quite a lot. So, yeah, that's a good time to scoop. Alright, so honestly, I'm so sad with these events because everyone seems to just immediately surrender. They don't really want to play it out. They're just like, whatever. Like, let's move on to the next one. And it's like there's so much interesting things that are there's so many interesting things that are going on here. Orcus being playable and all of this stuff, and people just don't want to care about that. They're just like here for the gems. They're just here for the gems. They're gonna get the gems, and then they're gonna leave, and then they're gonna use those gems to get more gems. And it's come on, guys, have fun, have fun. That's what we're here to play, right? We're here to have fun. Why are we playing Crusadia, right? Why are we playing all of these just random OTK strategies? That's so boring. That's just not. Why? Instead, we're playing Plunder. Honestly, if you want to actually have fun with this event, play a lot of these top-tier strategies. Play Orcus, play Plunder, play Bee Trooper, play these things that are fun and complicated and are, like, you're gonna enjoy it so much more. I had so much fun playing this deck. I really did. Even though a lot of my games were crap because of my opponents just immediately giving up and not really playing the game, it was still fun. This deck is just enjoyable. So if you really want to enjoy the event, play something fun. Just truly enjoy it, right? Even though I didn't... Well, I'll show you later. Yeah, this is just a very fun deck, and honestly, I'm going to be covering this event a lot because there's so much cool stuff that is going on. Similar to the NR format, right? I think this is genuinely one of the best events that we've had in terms of, like, what Konami has given us. It's a little bit skewed because of cards like Maxi and Called By and Appaloosa and stuff like that, just kind of centralizing the format. And really just causing problems because of how high-powered they are. Maxi, Called By, etc. But all things considered, it's still great. There's so much that is really entertaining in this, and you'll be seeing that more and more with these decks. So hopefully you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated, and if you want to check out more content like this as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.